What's up, guys? Now, is this K-pop group being racist? That's the question that everyone's asked now. This video was posted 2 days ago. Now, I first seen this on Instagram and they were basically saying this group was being racist, or I guess cultural appropriation, you know, those words, right? That's what they are the words they were using to describe this group. So let's watch this 1-minute clip and see if anything here is racist. Now, the thing that we're being accused of being racist to was black people, ironically, and look, I'm black, so I think I'm the best person to critique this. So guys, like, comment, subscribe, share the video, and for more reaction videos, make sure you come back to my channel. Thank you for watching, and sorry for that awkward intro. I apologize, guys.
No, I'm talking about me flirting with my man, and that's not a bestie. I didn't. 조심해. I didn't flirt with your man. It's just me. Oppa, oppa. It's just me. Wait, who's that? Who's that? Come out. Wait, back up. No. Let's talk about another friend for you guys. Oh my.
Okay, since this is a 1-minute clip, let's analyze this, guys. Do you guys see anything racist here or any cultural appropriation, guys? Yeah, so do you spot anything here? Is it the hats? Is it the chains? I guess that might be something someone might point out. Maybe the way they're talking, the way the hand movements, right? Does that? I don't know. Look, let's rewind it, guys.
It's just me. Wait, who's that? Who's that? Come out. Wait, back up. No. Let's talk about another friend for you guys.
Now look, if you want to say they're culture appropriating, right, if you want to use that word, I hate that word, to be honest, guys. I'm sorry, I hate that word, but because it's never really used right. But let's say if they are doing that, I wouldn't say black culture, I'd just say the more kind of mimicking that of an American, I guess, or an American they've probably seen in movies. Like, I don't know. That's what I take from it anyway, so far. Well, let's continue.
Oh my. Are you sure we'll talk about? I'm not sure though. I was kind of drunk. No, let's talk about another friend. Why? No, I didn't. Oh, why? Who that? 마음에 안 들어. Who that? 자꾸 우리 주위 생기는 마음 드는 거 마.
Now, if you was to accuse them of being on some substances, I wouldn't blame you. Like, I guess if you want to say it's cringe, you know what? Yeah, that's what I was. Because when I first seen this, right, if you wanted to call it cringe, I wouldn't argue with you on that. But I don't know.
Who's that? 잠깐만 기다려봐.
하루 종일 말 안 들어.
야, 오빠 전화한다. 밖에. 오빠 전화한다. 이상한 사람 온다. 밖에 처리한대. I'm out of town. Dogging with me around.
Let's see the comments. How are you gonna be racist and cringe? It's cringe, sure, but where's the racism? Like, where's the? I don't get it. Let's see. The fact that they thought this loud, annoying mess was appreciating hip hop culture blows my mind. Truly disheartening. Is that what they said? I don't know. Is that what they said? It's I don't see the racism, guys. I don't see. Actually, cannot believe this is real. What the hell? Well, sorry. What the f were they thinking? Again, guys, I don't understand where the racism is here. I don't understand why people are so mad. This might be wrong, but I guarantee you, most of the people getting annoyed are probably not even black people. I may be wrong about that statement, but every time I see stuff like this, I mostly see other people that are not black that get mad on behalf of black people a lot of the times. I don't know. I do see black people getting mad, don't get me wrong, but what's crazy is that even non-black people will see how much this is effed up. Like, what were they thinking this is gonna haunt them until the end of their careers, and the fact that they know how disrespectful this is making it much worse. Guys, this is an overreaction. This is really an overreaction. Again, if you want to say it's offensive maybe, or culture appropriation, it's more American culture. Like, that's what people see when we see American culture. That's what you see. Like, I don't know. I wouldn't just say, if you want to say it's an attack on any culture, it'd be American culture. And people will still defend them. Yikes. People are still defending them. Yikes. Yeah, because there's nothing really wrong. Damn, I don't know, guys. It seems like everyone in the comments agrees that something's wrong with this. But let's check out a video on it.
This of life is in hot water after Julie's birthday live stream, and things aren't looking good for them. Posted on April 2nd, the live stream invite promised a birthday celebration for Julie with a dress code of old school hip hop vibes, which raised some eyebrows. But things took a turn for the worse once the live stream started. The members showed up in outfits consisting of oversized gold chains, hats, and hairstyles like bantu knots and cornrows, styles deeply connected to Black culture. As the live stream went on, the group faced even more criticism for their behavior, such as using exaggerated mannerisms, calling one member Lil Taco Bell, and speaking in a way that many felt mocked Black people. Fans also uncovered a message that Bell had sent to fans on Bubble a few days before the live stream happened, as she had written, "Please look forward to Julie Unnie's birthday content too, and promise you won't leave the fandom after watching it." So in a way, it was clear that the members knew their actions were wrong, but they seemed to prioritize mocking Black culture and artists instead. To say that people were shocked and taken aback would be quite the understatement. A Twitter user wrote, "I'm sorry, but what were they thinking? The hairstyles, the outfits, the movements. This is a mockery and a caricature of Black artists, and the theme being old school hip hop doesn't change that."
God, I'm sorry, guys. Like, look, even with the hairstyles, right? And this is a deeper argument. This is not just even about K-pop, this video. This is like a deeper argument, right? When people have this argument of you can only have a certain hairstyle or only dress a certain way, I'm sorry, right? Black people, you need to look at Black people. Black people will take stuff from other cultures all the time. Let's take hairstyles, for instance. Black women will wear straight wigs. Black women will wear blown wigs. I mean, I don't really know what Black guys really take from what, I don't know. There probably is something, not saying there's not, but I can't think of the top of my head right now. But that's just one example of Black people taking from other cultures, right? Our hair's not naturally blonde, our hair's not naturally straight, but we straighten our hair, we buy straight wigs, right? We'll do it, and there's nothing wrong with that. I don't care about that, but I'm just saying, we take stuff from other cultures. So if someone wants to put their hair in cane wrong, and don't get me wrong, I used to think like this as well, guys. I will admit, but like back in the day, 5 years ago, I remember I seen this Chinese guy with like dreads, and I was like, "What the hell are you doing?" Which it still looked kind of weird, I'll be honest. But I don't care now. Like, you can do what you want with your hair. Who cares? Like, do what you want, or do what you like. It doesn't really matter. Like, there's a cultural appropriation and there's appreciation. Now if you want to call that cringe, what they were doing on that video, I'll even agree with you that it was cringe. It was definitely a little bit cringe, but would I say they're racist from that clip? No. Now, if you want to bring me more stuff or more evidence of them saying racist stuff, fine, whatever, I don't care. Like, I'm not going to defend them, but just from that short little clip that we've seen, or from the clips that we just reacted to, I don't see anything racist. I really don't. I think people are very overreacting. I think a lot of people being white knights and really just getting overly emotional about it, but that is the K-pop fandom, so I'm not really surprised by this. It's probably like blown out. It's probably like, you know, like people over here in the West, is what I'm trying to say, would get offended by this, but in Korea and I guess the K-pop fandom, it's probably like 10 times worse. So but yeah, that's not too much.
Julie had already faced controversy before, apologizing 2 years ago for using the N-word when she was a trainee. In that apology, she expressed regret, acknowledging how harmful her words were and how it made her realize the impact of her actions. She also mentioned that during her 6 years of training, she had grown and promised to be more careful in the future. But after watching the live stream, it seems clear she hasn't fully learned or changed as much as she claimed. To make things worse.
Well, okay, well that's a wow. Yeah, okay. Maybe I can see why some people are probably taking it like that. If you've already said the N-word and then you're doing this, yeah, maybe not the best thing. Again, I still wouldn't think what they did is racist, but yeah, when you've got that added context of she said the N-word, yeah. Now, me personally, guys, controversial take, I don't really care about the N-word as much, and that might, some people watching this might go, oh, that's why he doesn't care. He doesn't care. I care about the N-word. I know the weight of the N-word. I don't think you should. I don't think anyone should really say it personally. And that's not to say I don't say it, because I do. Right? It's just a thing growing up. When you're Black, you just it's in your vocabulary, I guess. But yeah, I think the N-word, the importance of the N-word is a different discussion, guys. Obviously, it's racist. What, you can't say the N-word. I just don't think anyone should say it personally, right? But whatever, that's a discussion for another day. But the main point being, I still don't think what they did is bad, but I guess with that added context, it's like, I can see why people are a bit angry about it. Now, I guess another side to that argument is Korean people really know like the N-word. Like, do they know the N-word like that? Not to give them a pass, but I don't know. Do they deserve that type of pass? I'm generally asking, like, for you guys watching this right now, do Korean, like, because obviously there's like a word that sounds like the N-word but means something else in Korean. I think it's when they say like me, or is it you, something like that. It's like they say, I guess, the N-word, but they don't mean it like that. Not to say she did that, but is there an argument to be made that maybe they don't really understand it that well? Or I guess if you don't really come outside of Korea, they don't really, I don't know. Can you make that argument? You guys let me know in the comments below. But yeah, that added context does explain why a lot of people are angry.
Worse, the company pulled the live stream from all their channels and issued an apology on behalf of the members. On April 3rd, S2 Entertainment released a statement apologizing for causing discomfort. They explained that their intention was to celebrate hip-hop culture, which influences Kiss of Life's music. However, they admitted they failed to understand the negative cultural impact of the live stream. The company promised that both the members and staff would be more careful and respectful with cultural references moving forward. Despite the apology, it wasn't well received. Many felt it lacked sincerity because the members themselves didn't apologize directly and were instead hiding behind the company. While some understood why S2 Entertainment might not want the members to face more criticism, others felt it was disingenuous. As some pointed out, if the members could act like that on camera, they could apologize on one too. Others noted that the apology seemed to suggest, "We're sorry you feel offended," rather than genuinely owning up to the issue. One Twitter user even criticized the company's explanation, calling it absurd and commenting, "I have never seen nobody celebrate a culture that isn't theirs on their birthday just for it to consist of stereotypes, bad cosplay, and a heavy mockery."
Yeah, but okay, but this is the problem I have with this. I haven't seen anyone celebrate a culture that isn't theirs. They didn't say black culture, they said hip hop culture, right? So hip hop culture isn't yours either. Hip hop culture is for everyone. If you want to celebrate hip hop, you can be any color. See, this is the problem in the talking here. They said hip hop culture. Now, is hip hop culture more associated with black culture? Are they so intertwined that you can't really separate the two? Basically, sure, but hip hop culture is there's still different people. Like, you know what I mean? Like there's still different people within hip hop. I know it's mostly black. I know it. Don't get me wrong. I know the history, guys. Right? I know the history. But there's a certain style of hip hop that, like, what would you say Fat Joe was doing that? Or would you say, well, actually they did. I was gonna say, what do you say about Eminem? But people did say that about Eminem back in the day, which I guess, to be fair, is not the best. He did used to walk around with a do-rag on, so I guess it's not the best argument. But the point being, they said hip hop culture, not black culture. And again, I'm not out here being white knights for this group, 'cause I don't even know who this group are really, but I don't know. Let's continue.
Of Ave mannerisms. Fans are still emailing the company demanding a direct apology from the members, but it's becoming increasingly clear that recovering from this incident will be difficult for the group, given that much of their fan base consists of international supporters, and many of them have already distanced themselves from the group. It's safe to say that Kiss of Life may not achieve the level of success and popularity that many once predicted for them. Sadly, this type of controversy often doesn't leave a lasting mark, as some fans are willing to overlook such incidents in their unwavering support for their favorite idols. However, with a comeback slated for the summer, only time will tell if this scandal will have any long-term effects on their careers.
Wow. Let's see the comments of this one, guys. I know this has been a long video, but if you're still here, I appreciate it, because these are fun to read. You know what? I'm gonna grab my phone and read them, because like the computer is actually so far away from me, guys. All right, guys, what I need people to understand is that a lot of people are not mad about the braids or the clothes. It's unnecessary black sense and mockery. Nobody's telling you to understand them. Just stop telling black people not to be offended. And if you're black and you're not offended, go ahead. Doesn't mean other people can't be. I'm not saying other people can't be offended. No, but like, I don't think it's a thing to really be offended about, guys. Like even the black scent thing, right? Them going yo 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 again, like that's not all black people don't talk like that. That's the thing where some black people get frustrated with this, is not all black people talk like yo yo what's up. So it's like that's why I don't think black people should get that offended by it, because it's like we don't all talk like that. That's not our whole culture. There's black people that will talk the most prestige, the most smart, most Oxford. Like, you'll get black people that will have that type of vocabulary, and you'll have the one that's more mainstream. It's only because the blacks, I guess the blacks or the yo, or the yo and the what's up, all that stuff, because that's more popularized and because that's more in our face, that's why we know that, right? That's why we know that as like the black thing, because it's more popularized. But not every black person talks like that. If you guys get my argument, so I don't see why you get so offended. I guess I just don't. I think there's more bigger stuff to be offended by, personally. Really, I don't think, whether or not they're making fun of black people, I don't know, but I wouldn't take it that deeply, guys. They did say hip hop, sure, call them out for being cringe, but I don't know. Let's read more comments though. Well, it still might convince me. Imagine if a Western group like One Direction celebrated one of their members' birthdays by putting on hang box, which is, I know it's a Korean thing, and doing mockeries of Asian accents. What those girls did is insane, and anyone defending it is letting their love for the group get in the way of their morals. You see, okay, the only problem with that argument is, right, an Asian accent is like, when you say an Asian, like, I get what you mean by an Asian accent. There's a typical Asian accent. Obviously, you know what, the hip hop is a stereotype, it's a stereotypical accent. It's not every Asian sounds like that, right? So I guess, I don't know, like, let's say if you're an Asian and you didn't speak like the stereotypical Asian accent, would you still get offended? Like, that's the question I'm proposing here. Like, if you're black and you don't talk like that, or you know it's just a certain part of our culture, do you really get offended by it? Because for me personally, I just don't find it that offensive. And again, that's what hip hop is. And it's like, if you do that, then what, are you gonna stop every single what about every single rapper that might talk like that? Every single rapper that might rap in a style, like, are you gonna stop them all? Like, I don't know. That's what they tried doing with Eminem back in the day, and that didn't work. And now people say he's one of the best. You know, would you say that to Eminem now? I don't know. It's like, how much stuff are you gonna get offended at? Do you know what I mean? I don't know. The hairstyles and clothes are bad, but not unforgivable. But the mannerisms, even without sounds, even without the sound, it looked mocking. Yeah, this person can't type. So the movie White Chicks was completely fictional. Yeah, you know what? That's a great point. That's a great point someone made in the comments, saying so the movie White Chicks was. Now, let me search up White Chicks just to make sure I'm remembering this correctly. Yeah, guys, so White Chicks is basically this movie where the two actors, right, I forget their names, but they basically dress up as white women and act like white women. You have Marlon Wayne, basically the Wayne brothers. If you've not heard of them, it's fine, but the Wayne brothers, you know, Terry Crews. It's basically where that meme, you know, that meme where Terry Crews is like, and I miss you, you know, do. And now I wonder, you know that meme, guys. That's where it comes from, right? And they basically dress up as white chicks. Now, could that be seen as cultural appropriation? Do you know what I mean? Or a better argument, right? Let's flip it around. If some black people came on for their birthdays and I don't know, dressed up as a white stereotype of it, or as an Asian stereotype, will people get as offended? I don't think so. Personally, I don't think they would get as offended. But that's just me. But look, guys, this has been a long video. This has been long. We've been talking about this for a while now, but I just think it's an important topic of, like, I think people get too offended at stuff. I'm not offended at this and I'm black. I know other black people are. But yeah, but there's no changing it. They're probably gonna have to apologize. You can't beat that. You're gonna have to apologize. But let's say if I was a fan of them, would I want them to apologize? Maybe for being cringe, yeah. But guys, like, comment, subscribe, share the video. I'm out. Thanks for watching.